In Russia, the headlines feature Stark Industries CEO Tony Stark publicly disclosing his alter ego as Iron Man. Meanwhile, Ivan Vanko, grieving the recent loss of his father Anton Vanko, witnesses this revelation and embarks on constructing his own version of the arc reactor, inspired by Stark's technology. However, Vanko's motivations and actions lack coherence, making him one of the MCU's forgettable villains, unlike previous antagonists like Obadiah Stane and Aldrich Killian. Before passing away, Anton shares with Ivan his regret that it wasn't Ivan who garnered the spotlight, citing their shared involvement in the reactor's creation alongside Howard Stark. Fast forward 6 months, Stark continues to utilize his Iron Man armor for global peacekeeping efforts. He revives the Stark Expo in Flushing Meadows as a tribute to his late father Howard's legacy, drawing from archived footage where Howard envisioned futuristic cityscapes. However, tensions escalate when Senator Stern pressures Stark to relinquish his Iron Man technology to the government. At the Senate hearing, Stark's adversary, Justin Hammer, along with military liaison Colonel James Rhodes, are also called upon to provide testimony. Stern unveils evidence suggesting foreign powers are making strides in replicating Iron Man technology based on Stark's designs. Despite mounting pressure, Stark staunchly refuses to comply, asserting that the armor is his intellectual property and expressing skepticism about competitors' ability to replicate his innovations. The arc reactor, vital to Stark's survival and the power source for his armor, is poisoning him slowly with palladium, and Stark's blood toxicity has already reached a critical 19%. The extensive usage of the Iron Man suit exacerbates Stark's condition, as the arc reactor rapidly depletes palladium cores with no viable alternative in sight. Concealing his deteriorating health from others, Stark makes Pepper Potts the CEO of Stark Industries and brings in Natalie Rushman to replace her as his personal assistant, while his loyal bodyguard Happy Hogan stands by him. As Stark's toxicity levels climb to 53%, signaling his impending demise, he ventures to Monaco for an F1 race, determined to confront his mortality head-on. However, during the race, Vanko, armed with his own arc reactor-powered weaponry, ambushes Stark, slicing his car in half. In a daring move, Pepper and Happy rush to Stark's aid, delivering his suit to the scene. Utilizing his portable briefcase armor, Stark defeats Vanko and uncovers his familial ties to Anton Vanko, Howard Stark's former colleague who betrayed them and sought vengeance on the Stark family. Exploiting Vanko's expertise, rival Justin Hammer orchestrates his escape from prison and enlists him to develop advanced combat suits to overshadow Stark's innovations at the upcoming Expo. During what he believes to be his final birthday celebration, Stark indulges in alcohol while wearing the Iron Man armor, prompting his friend Air Force Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes to intervene. Aware of Stark's palladium poisoning, Rhodes wears Stark's Mark II armor and engages in a battle with him. The conflict culminates in a fierce clash of repulsor beams, resulting in a massive explosion. Following the confrontation, Rhodes relinquishes the armor to the military, leading to Hammer securing a contract to enhance the Iron Man suit with advanced weaponry. Director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, approaches Stark and discloses the true identity of Natalie Rushman as undercover agent Natasha Romanoff, also revealing that Howard Stark had been a S.H.I.E.L.D. co-founder known personally to Fury. Furnishing Stark with some of his father's archived materials, Fury unveils a hidden message within a diorama from the 1974 Stark Expo, containing a schematic for a groundbreaking new element structure. With the assistance of his AI system Jarvis, Stark successfully synthesizes the element, effectively eliminating his reliance on palladium. Meanwhile, Vanko resurfaces, vowing vengeance against Stark, who counters by utilizing the untested element to free himself from palladium's toxic grip. Vanko disappoints Hammer by failing to deliver the promised combat suits, and instead presents armored drones as his creation. Despite Hammer's frustration, he is compelled to accept the alternative. At the Expo, Hammer introduces Vanko's drones, piloted by Rhodes in a heavily armed variant of the Mark II armor. Stark arrives in his latest suit to warn Rhodes, but Vanko seizes control of both the drones and Rhodes' armor, initiating an attack on Iron Man. While Stark's bodyguard Happy Hogan and Romanoff attempt to apprehend Vanko, Hammer is apprehended. Following the defeat of the drones, Stark and Rhodes confront Vanko, who appears in a new, formidable suit of armor. Despite their efforts, neither can match Vanko's power. However, Vanko meets his demise when they engage in a repulsor beam confrontation, resulting in a significant explosion. With his suit too damaged to continue, Vanko triggers the self-destruct mechanism, seemingly sacrificing himself. Stark rescues Potts from the aftermath of the explosion, prompting her resignation as CEO. As they share a kiss, a new chapter unfolds for Stark and Potts. During a debriefing, Fury discusses the Hulk's recent rampage as news footage plays. He informs Stark that while Iron Man is deemed suitable for the Avengers initiative, Stark himself is not. Nevertheless, Stark agrees to provide consultation. In exchange, he requests Senator Stern to present medals to him and Rhodes for their bravery, a request Stern reluctantly fulfills. In a post-credits scene, Agent Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. reports a significant discovery, a large hammer found at the base of a crater in the New Mexico desert. Iron Man, portrayed by Robert Downey Jr., marked the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, earning the distinction between the franchise's inaugural hero and the recipient of its first sequel. However, Iron Man 2 failed to replicate the quality and triumph of its predecessor. Continuing from his initial showdown with Obadiah Stane and the Ten Rings in the MCU debut, Tony Stark's superhero saga persisted in Iron Man 2, pitting him against two adversaries who exploited each other to advance their individual schemes. Iron Man 2 stands out as one of the weaker entries in the MCU's Phase 1 lineup, with several factors contributing to its status as one of the franchise's less memorable films. One major issue with Iron Man 2 is the lack of character development for Tony Stark. Throughout his journey in the MCU, Stark undergoes significant growth, evolving from an egocentric and narcissistic individual to a more heroic and selfless figure by Avengers Endgame. However, in Iron Man 2, Stark remains largely unchanged, displaying little progress or growth in his character. Unlike in the first Iron Man film, where Stark acknowledges his past mistakes and strives to become a better person and superhero, Iron Man 2 depicts him grappling with his mortality without much personal growth, often reverting to his previous behaviors. Even Nick Fury sees Stark's challenging personality and opts to utilize him solely as a consultant, rather than fully embracing him as a hero. Marvel signaled its grander ambitions through the post-credit scene in Iron Man, teasing the impending arrival of the Avengers. However, in Iron Man 2, the focus shifted more towards expanding the interconnected universe rather than advancing Tony Stark's personal narrative. Fury's presence and Natasha's introduction were pivotal in laying the groundwork for the first Avengers team, while Rhodey's transformation into War Machine further expanded the MCU. While these elements contributed to Marvel's overarching universe-building efforts, Iron Man 2 missed the opportunity to delve deeper into Tony Stark's superhero journey, instead serving primarily as a vehicle to set up the Avengers and War Machine's future. The alternate ending of Iron Man 2 depicts Pepper Potts swiftly being held hostage by Vanko, who uses her as leverage to draw Iron Man into confrontation. Tony Stark, stepping out of his armor, attempts to negotiate with the villain to protect Pepper and buy time, emphasizing their differences. Despite Stark's efforts, he ultimately outmaneuvers Vanko, retrieves his suit, and rescues Pepper with the assistance of Rhodey. While this ending weakens the final fight and portrays Pepper in a more traditional damsel-in-distress role, Stark's passing. Following Iron Man's sacrifice in Avengers Endgame, it seems unlikely that Pepper wouldn't demonstrate her enduring love for her late husband, prompting the MCU to reintroduce her. Whether this involves participating in the retrieval of Stark's lost technology in Armor Wars, or simply caring for their daughter Morgan to ensure she understands Tony's affection, remains uncertain. However, both avenues are vital to the legacies of both Pepper and Iron Man in the MCU, allowing the franchise to reinvent Iron Man 2 by continuing to explore Pepper's character. As thanks for watching the whole video, here's a picture of a cute puppy. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.